Today, the Ministry of Mines and Steel Development has made frantic, purposeful efforts to deliver Nigeria's solid minerals to boost the GDP of the country. What were those practical steps taken to actualize its objectives? Let's hear the Honorable Minister of Mines and Steel talk to us on the Minister's platform.
The roadmap is actually a response to the situation that the sector found itself. Mining started in Nigeria as far back as 1903, and Nigeria relied heavily on the minerals before the advent of oil and gas. So up until 1958, Nigeria was relied mostly, even the colonial masters, on revenue from the mining sector. Nigeria was quoted copiously on the London Metal Exchange. We were exporting tin, columbine, coal, and so many other minerals out of Nigeria. But with the advent of oil, we shifted our focus and went into oil and gas. By the time of the indigenization decree of 1972-73, thereabout, mining seemed to fail to exist in Nigeria anymore, especially in the formal sector. What was left were the artisanals. So with the reality of what's going on with the fossil fuel, Nigerian government started focusing again, especially with the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. The focus and of course putting funding into that sector. The roadmap essentially was, look, where do we want to be in 10 years time? So they brought in a lot of industry experts, academics, and they all sat down and did what we call a short, medium and long-term perspective of where we should be and what we should pursue to get to those points. We're also looking at our coal. A lot of countries are saying that, okay, they do away with coal. But then, Nigeria has energy deficiency. And coal is one of the efficient ways, though it has its waste, of producing energy. So the roadmap essentially was looking at those minerals that we could effectively take to the industrial level in a short term. So it prescribed short term as 2 years, medium time 5 years, and then long term as 10 years. So we were importing barite from Morocco essentially for about $300 million every year. And I came into office and set up what we call from mines to the market. We got a consultant, somebody who's worked in barite all his life to support us. We are at the point where we have launched Made in Nigeria. We call it Proudly Nigeria Made Barite. What we've done is to practicalize it. We have 50 bags. The barites are normally bagged in 1-ton bags. It's ready in Port Harcourt, well tested, API standard, that's the American Petroleum Institute standard, just to announce to the world that yes, Nigeria has its own barite now and is ready for the market. Not just for Nigerian market, but we can also export to our neighbors. That's one success story from the roadmap itself. We have a system in place where we identify the miners, people who mine barite. We now have to identify millers, standard milling equipment, and we're linking them together. So government is just providing the linkages. And of course, the bagging was also a problem in the past because an attempt had been made like this in the past, which failed. So what we did was that we got a company to provide the bagging, which we've tagged Proudly Nigeria. So we've tied the whole process, and then of course we now have a marketing position in Port Harcourt because that's where most of the OICs and all their exploration companies are. So I dare say that the barite story is a success story at this point. Part of the roadmap is also that we know that mining itself is based on data. Data, that's the knowledge to, number one, to know where these minerals are located. There is a project that's ongoing now. It's a federal government project. It's called MinDiver, Mineral Diversification Project, just to diversify the economy through mineral proceeds. This project is being financed by a loan from the World Bank. Part of what the loan is being used for is to acquire this data, to bring back this data that the British have in their possession. Of course, the process actually started in the last couple of years. We are taking it to digital so that when it comes back here, it's something that we can use digitally. The data that Nigeria has been gathering through our Nigerian Geological Survey Agency, we'll merge all this together. We're creating a data bank, which is going to be online. From the comfort of your homes and offices, wherever you are all over the world, you can now access, of course, with some protocol. Some will be free. You can just look at them freely, then because they're in layers. Then some are deeper layers where you may have to pay to access such information from the system. But when the whole thing is completed, the data bank is going to be based in our office here, in Nigerian Geological Survey Agency. That's one of our agencies. They are primarily responsible for gathering data for mining. The beauty of going out there is the fact that we have something to offer. And there I must credit my predecessor in office, Governor Kayode Fayemi, who was immediate past minister in this place. There was a project that was started in 2018 called NIMEP, Nigeria Integrated Mineral Exploration Project. We got some, and also you have to give credit again to President Muhammadu Buhari. This ministry had never enjoyed any extra budgetary provision. The kind of budgets we have cannot do the exploration that is required in this industry, because mining is all about data. For you to get the data, you need to spend a lot of money. But in 2017, President Muhammadu Buhari granted this ministry a 30 billion naira extra budgetary fund. Half of this fund, 15 billion naira, which at that time equated to about $50 million, dedicated to exploration. That project is called NIMEP. Now, this NIMEP focused basically on 4 minerals. The data being generated are very fantastic. It's telling us the minerals that we're discovering. Even we're discovering those things we're not looking for. While we're looking for gold in Zamfara, we found lithium. Lithium is one of the minerals of the future. That's what you find in your electric cars, for batteries and all that. Finding cobalt, coltan, which is used in electronics. But even with the data that were gathered already, this was the data we were taking to all these mining calendars. We had Mines and Money in London. You had the PDAC in Canada, of course, Ndaba in South Africa, and of course, African Down Under in Australia. And of course, at each of these forums that we will go to, the response is very good, because we know there's a Nigerian corner, Nigerian day. As the minister, I go there, I just make a short speech, 5-10 minutes. Then we bring in our experts who are on the NIME project. This will present the data, and the data so presented became so interesting. And we had a lot of response from would-be investors who wanted to come into Nigeria to do that. One of these people that we spoke to in London, and of course, selling the data that we have. It was so interesting that people wanted to come in. So one of the success story is this firm that are just coming to Nigeria now. In fact, they've done the share arrangement. They're already in the Nigerian partners. They're starting operations very soon to mine gold in Abuja.